what is going on, party people? Welcome to the Pod Couple. It's your boy, Cornerstone Kev, aka Star Child, and you're probably wondering why I'm missing my counterpart. Well, there's two reasons, and you could take them for either or. One reason could be that he's having technical difficulties, but will be with you shortly. Or the other thing is he's just trying to blow me off. So either one of those two, you could go. But we might go with the latter and just say he's having technical difficulties. But welcome to the Pod Couple. Again, I'm your boy, Mr. Cornerstone Kev, a.k.a. Star Child, ready to just have a party on the mothership. That's all we talking about, because all we talking about is the Knicks, all right? We're going to put a little glide in that slide and a dip in that hip. So come on down to the mothership, all right? Got a lot to talk about. I can tell you right now. Well, first off, I hope everyone is safe. If you're living in the tri-state area with everything that happened with the storms last night. I know I was coming home last night from work and I was caught in it. Luckily, I got home safely, but the devastation that was left over, it was treacherous. I saw cars, being floated down the river, and it was just crazy. But again, I hope everyone is safe, and we're just ready to get this going. So until he comes on, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about Ben Simmons. We got to talk about the new protocol rules for NBA players, in the tri-state, well, at least in New York City, and some other things we'll throw in there. We're gonna have a little fun with it like that. So hopefully he'll be on quickly. But one thing, a question that I want y'all to answer, especially for the older Knicks fans, is which championship run did you love the most between 94 and 99? Both were special to me. I know 94 was the year that I first met my wife. We were just girl and boyfriend at the time. And then in 99 was when we got married. So you could tell how hectic that was. But if you could tell me which playoff run you love the most, just keep that in mind when we talk about it. So it looks like Mr. Sergeant Knicks, aka G-Man for Life, is ready. Are you ready, G-Man? Can you come on now? And it doesn't look like he can. He might surprise me, but I'm sure he's having a lot of ammunition to throw at me. But he said yes. So my question now to G-Man is, where are you? Are you coming on? But what I also need you guys to do is hit the likes button, hit the thumbs up. We don't need no thumbs down. We need some thumbs up. So hit that like button for your boys, and also subscribe to the channel. We're on every Thursday at 6:30, and we're gonna give you a good hour and a half of good Knicks content. And yeah, man, that's all it's all about. Just presenting positive Knicks content, not no negative Knicks content, positive Knicks content, and that's what it's all about. So G-Man looks like he's ready to come on, but our producer hasn't put him on yet.
No, he is not backstage.
He is not backstage.
No.
See, that's what I thought. So our boy is not backstage. Sergeant G-Man, if you could take that Commodore 64 technology and get some updated stuff, that would be great. So, there he is.
So listen, right?
What are you going to bust me for? The Commodore 64?
Hold up, right? So on my computer, right? Right now, on my cell phone. I have not used the cell phone but twice. And I can't wait to get back to my home office. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm boy, look at here. If he's like, G-Man is not backstage. I'm looking like I'm not backstage, and I'm looking like you got to hit the button and say in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
but it's good to see you, my brother.
It's good to see you too, sir. How you feeling?
Hey, every day is a good day above ground. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say welcome to Knicks Nation. You know what I'm saying? It's good for you guys to be here with us. You know what I'm saying? And you were in for a good show tonight. We got 21 people in the building and only 13 lights. So let's go ahead and set the stage up front and right. So as soon as you enter the building, if you're not hitting the like button, you just wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. It's uncivilized.
It's uncivilized. You know,
which commercial was that from? Which commercial was that from?
I don't know. I
forget which one it was. Is there anything else is uncivilized? I forget which one that was.
Anything else? It's a beer commercial, I think. Anything else?
Was it a beer commercial?
I don't care. Look,
it was the Marvin Hagler deodorant commercial. Right guard. Right guard. Anything else is uncivilized.
Right guard.
You know where my mind is. If I say alcohol, you know where my mind is right now. I'm still out here in no man's land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm still repping the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And people look at me like, the Knicks. What is that?
They will catch on. Catch on.
This is what I ask them. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No.
But I asked them. I was like, can you spell Knicks when I'm wearing this shirt? And they don't even look at the shirt. They're like,
they don't even look at the shirt.
No, they don't.
They don't even look at the shirt.
They the first thing they say is N-I. I'm like, stop the madness right now.
Stop the madness, right? Yes, absolutely. Stop the madness.
I see my man, my arch nemesis is in the building.
Yes, Mr. Gregory Costello. Yes, welcome to the pod couple.
Let me tell you right now, my arch nemesis is sitting next to me right now. But a very close second is Gregory Costello for sure.
Yes, it is. And shout out to Mr. LM and Mr. Jermaine Royster.
I'm gonna hit that there because I know you have a problem with pronunciation sometimes. I know you.
So we're doing that, right?
No,
we're doing that, right,
you, brother. I'm trying to help you.
We're doing that.
It's help.
We're doing that.
Come on now.
We're doing that. Okay.
Ain't nothing but love. Ain't nothing but
we're
love.
doing that. Okay. And shout out to Will Salkin. Salkin. I said that right?
You did.
Okay.
Thank you. Good job. Good job.
Good. Shout out to Matthew Jamar. Welcome to the show, my man. And we're just gonna have a really good and GXW Classic. Thanks for coming out and supporting us, and to Mr. Sam Holt. Thank you guys so much for coming out, because you could have been somewhere else. Also, shout out to Naruto Goku.
Goku. You almost messed that up. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Naruto.
Yeah. Goku.
I was gonna leave that one alone.
My man, Money Making Mitch Lawrence Marbury. Welcome to the show, my brother. I missed you, man. We got to talk more and everything. Talk more. All right, so let's get into it. So there was some news this week. I think it was like maybe a couple of days ago, where
yesterday.
Ben Simmons, was it yesterday or the day before?
No, yesterday.
You sure?
Yes.
Chat, is he telling the truth? Was it yesterday or was it Tuesday?
What I tell you?
It can be done. It can be doubted. Anybody can be doubted. The president of the United States can be doubted. Come on now. LeBron James can be doubted.
You look. Anything is subject to validation.
Exactly.
So you want to be validated. Okay.
Exactly. The only ones that are not open to validation are our wives. They are always right.
You know what? If you want a happy home, you're right. They are.
That's right.
If you want a volatile domicile, then go ahead and challenge it. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, the days of challenging the misses are over from way back in the 50s and back before the beginning of time. Yeah, that's all over it. That's all over it. Yep.
Let it go.
Yep. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go and everything. But Ben Simmons is requesting a trade. He does not want to be with the 76ers anymore.
He does not.
The one thing a couple things come to mind when I think of that. I think what's the problem? What's the problem?
Keep talking, Kev. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
I'm just making sure. Oh, you got to put your spectacles on?
No, I got to put my damn charger on so the phone don't go.
Oh, okay. All right. We're just making sure. He says that he does not want to be there at the start of camp and to trade him. So again, a couple things come to mind. Number one is, I guess we cannot trust the process because the process is going out the window. And another thing is, I can't have a player on my team that has no heart. That's the one thing, and we'll get into that in 1 second. But what are your initial thoughts about him requesting a trade? Oh, and also that he wants to be traded to a California team. So either Sacramento, Golden State, the Lakers, or the Clippers. And I can tell you right now, I don't see any 4 of those teams being able to bring him on. Well, I shouldn't say never, but I just can't see it. Okay, and it looks like right now everyone, Sergeant Knicks, AKG Man for Life, is on that Commodore 64 technology because he is frozen right now. But a couple things I want to say about Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is excuse me. Let me get a little drink right here.
And you're getting emotional. Yeah, I'm getting emotional right now.
No, not at all. Not at all. Couple things. Number one, I think Ben Simmons is a hell of a basketball player. I honestly do.
Should we show data? You want some data?
Do I want some data? Not yet. Okay. I want to wait a little bit so Sergeant Knicks can give his take. But thank you for giving. Is this him right here? What happened, my brother? What happened?
There's a reason I was scrambling trying to get my charger for my phone.
Okay.
Because it died.
It died.
It died. Okay. I'm telling you what happened. It died. I'm telling you, man.
Listen.
When I'm away from home, stuff just don't go right. It just don't.
Again, you have to start treating your technology not like it's Garanimals, okay? Remember Garanimals back in the day? Remember that?
I do.
Remember that?
Listen to us right now. They have no idea.
Know about it. They have no idea. You know why? Because there's no. Well, here's the thing. There's no Sears and Roebuck. There's no Two Guys. There's no Bradleys. There's no Alexanders. There's no A&S. There's There's none of that. There's none of that. All of that is gone. So the days of yeah, that's right. So the days of being hiked on for your clothes is gone because there's no more name brands. There's no more Le Tigre. Remember Le Tigre?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no more Le Tigre. Everybody wanted Le Tigre. And then Sears and Roebuck tried to come out with the Brag and Dragon. Remember the Brag and Dragon they tried to come out with? Oh my God. But again, like you said, our younger crowd does not know what that is.
But you know what?
They don't even know what a rotary phone is.
Stick your finger in a hole and
do like that, or use like the real buttons of hitting the keypad. None of that. They don't even know what that feels like. So there you go.
Right now, but
what I was. Go ahead.
But no, go ahead and ask the question because
what I was going to say, what I was going to say was that Ben Simmons is a heck of a basketball player. He's a heck of a basketball player. But if Philly's going to trade for him, they're going to have to get a heavy load from one of these other teams. And out of the five, wait, there's 4 teams in California, right? There's the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings, and the Golden State Warriors. Is that it?
Sacramento, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay,
I think you're right.
Okay. Out of those 4, I don't think anyone is going to be able to get equal value for a one Ben Simmons. I really don't. And that is his preference, that he wants to go to one of those 4 teams.
Destination.
Destinations. Okay. Yeah. He averaged 14 for this year. He averaged 14.3 points a game. I'm just going to round these off. He averaged 14 points a game, averaged 7 rebounds, averaged 7 assists. It was actually 6.9, but he averaged 7 assists, and he averaged his shooting percentage was 50, close to 56%. Thank you so much, Mr. Our man, Mr. Uncle Freezy, providing these stats for us. And he shot 30% from 3, but let's be real about that 3. He hardly takes 3s anyway. So, and the only time he hit a 3 was a game I went to when, unfortunately, that ball-headed stooge and David Fizdale was there, and we were at the Wells Fargo Arena when he hit that 3. So I said to my buddy, I said, Dad, he hardly takes any 3s and hardly makes them, and he makes one against us. So that's the only 3 that I've seen him take and everything. And looking at the rest of this, he's a 3-time All-Star. He was in 17-18, he was all rookie. In 19-20, he was all NBA. And in 2019 20, he was a steals champ. He was a 2-time all defensive, and in 2017-18, he was rookie of the year. So he played 4 years. He was on the team for 5 years, but only played 4 because he was, I guess you could call it, redshirted. So in his first year, and that was it. So the floor is yours, Mr. Sargent.
So I will preface my statement in saying this: Ben Simmons would be a great defensive asset to any team that he goes to. That's what I would say. I think that where Ben is at right now, he's following the blueprint for every other All-Star or every other superstar that has gone before him, right? When you stand up in front of the front office and say, I no longer want to be here, then that's their cue to figure out how I can get the most for this guy that doesn't want to be here. But that also it weakens that Philadelphia's front office, because you got to get rid of Ben Simmons today. You know what I'm saying? Because you are at risk of losing everything else along the way.
Right.
I'm glad. I'm so happy that he has aspirations of going out west. Follow the gold mine, gold train, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, go out there and get yours, right? Because if you notice, the first thing that happened when Ben Simmons came out to say, hey, I no longer want to be with the Philadelphia 76ers, guess what mainstream media did? They automatically attach Ben Simmons not wanting to be with Philly with Ben Simmons wanting to be in New York. He never came out and said that.
Sure did.
He did not say that. And I'm glad he didn't say that, because if he said that, I'm going to have to call his agent and be like, listen, we don't want this problem. Because Ben Simmons is a problem. So I say this for the whole Ben Simmons ordeal, and it's going to be real quick. It ain't going to take me long to get off this right here. Ben Simmons is a good basketball player, right? He has his pluses and he has his minuses. So that just depends on what system he plays in to where those things are elevated and highlighted, right?
Right.
The New York Knicks have enough defense right now where G-Man for life feels like I don't need his services at this point. I really don't. What I need is what we have on our roster right now. I need people that can shoot the ball, people that can score the ball. That's what I'm looking at. Ben Simmons, for all the boxes and all the stats that you see on the screen right now, where do you see up here that he was a shooting champion, or where do you see that he had the most?
I don't.
That's not.
If he's supposed to be that alpha, he's got to have some. It's hard to hear you, G-Man.
You can't hear?
It's hard to hear. Yeah, I can. Say something again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yes,
okay.
I can. Yes, I can. What I was going to say was, if you're supposed to be an alpha, like I believe we have an alpha, and I believe that we're going to have 2 more alphas.
No, hold on, Cab. Freeze, put that back up, because you know I'm about to go all in on what you just put on the screen. Put it back up there. Put it back. You thought I didn't see that? I saw it. Put it back. Put it back up.
Oh, there. No. Yeah, I'm seeing it now too. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Heck no. No, not at all.
Absolutely.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. I can tell you right now. You don't even got the answer. I'm going to tell you right now. I can't have somebody afraid of putting the ball in the hoop. I can't have somebody afraid of putting the ball in the hoop. And people are saying, oh, well, that's just one instance. No.
That's his game.
That's his game. I'm sorry. A Philadelphia 76er team, like what they had this year and what they had in the playoffs, they are supposed to beat an Atlanta Hawks team. They are supposed to win that. They are supposed to win that series. No matter if it took 4 games or if it took 7. A Philadelphia 76er team is supposed to beat an Atlanta Hawks team like that. Especially when you have a guy in Ben Simmons to handle a guy like Trae Young. He was supposed to shut him down. I'm sorry, he was supposed to shut him down. You don't let an Atlanta Hawks team come into your building and take game 1, let alone all the other ones in your building. Not a 76er team that was well coached, supposedly well coached, and the personnel that they have on their team.
So
I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I'm not gonna let you gloss past that, right? So you said supposedly coach. So that tells me that you feel a certain kind of way about Doc Rivers right now. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is. It is, man. It is. It's starting to lose its luster. Just like it's starting to lose the luster of well, he's not the coach anymore. He's in the front office, but the coach of Boston, him too.
Yeah,
someone down the line. These are 2. All right, so we know that Doc Rivers has won a championship. We know that. We get that. But all those other Clipper teams, and now this Philadelphia team, they got rid of a good coach to bring him in, and they were supposed to go further than what they did. They were supposed to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They were supposed to win the Eastern Conference Finals.
Projections said yes. I agree.
They were supposed to win that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but
so what do we see? So we see 2 constants right here. Number 1, we look at go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so when you start talking about Doc Rivers, right? Look at his history and how that has brought him where he is right now today. How many finals did he blow? Right? And it's a pattern. 1 time, maybe an accident. 2 times, maybe things didn't go right for me at the time that we were doing what we were doing. 3 times, dude, that's a pattern. 4 times.
Sergeant. And here's the thing with that. And what people like Sherman M don't get. They have not been out of the second round. They have not been out of the second round. This isn't a thing where they've gone to the Eastern Conference Finals. They haven't gotten out the second round. Now, whether you want to call it being a luck shot by Kawhi Leonard when he was with Toronto,
right?
Them sending them home, unfortunately, I'll give you that. I'll give you that totally. But in the bubble and last year, I'm sorry, that can't happen. Salute to Naratu Goku. I know I'm butchering his name.
It's Naruto. Naruto? You never heard of Naruto, bro?
Naruto.
I have not, Benny. I'm sorry, Uncle Benny. I have not.
Naruto.
Oh, thank you so much for this $5 super chat, guy. I really appreciate it. He says, salute to the panel and the chat. What do you guys think about trading Simmons and trading for Simmons and Cat? Keep RJ and Randall.
That won't happen.
That won't happen. But what I will say, if I was to pick between the two, I would rather have Cat, because at least Cat's not afraid to put it in the basket.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna go on record of saying this today on the 2nd of September at 6:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not trading nobody off this roster right now.
No, I'm not either. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. But if you're saying right now, who would you rather have, Ben Simmons or Cat? I'd rather have Cat.
Yeah, but again, whichever individual that you talk about, it's going to cost you pieces. It's not going to be about draft picks. It's going to cost you pieces. And the pieces that we have right now, I am good with the pieces that we have.
I'm good too. I'm good as well. I'm good as well. And the thing about it also is that as Knicks fans, a lot of Knicks fans are so starstruck that all they want is a star, but don't realize what you have can be the making of stars, of your Obi Toppins, of your IQs, of your the three rookies that we got this year, and your number one guy, RJ Barrett. Did you look at RJ Barrett's? RJ had some pickup games that was on Twitter as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna need for you to stop saying right? So each statement you make, every time you say you're gonna have to put a quarter in the jar, and that's how we're gonna build.
I don't have no silver. I have no silver.
So okay, every time you say
I ain't got no paper either. I got a card.
Look, I take MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. Every time you say it's gonna cost you. I'm telling you right now. Don't stop saying Look.
Okay. I would not say it. I would not say Okay.
Watch what happens, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you what's about to happen right now.
Okay.
Kev is about to take 10 minutes to get a 5-minute thought out right now, because he's gonna be thinking about the word
Moving right along.
Okay, go ahead, Kev.
RJ has the chance to be a superstar. This is going to be RJ's 3rd year.
He has a chance.
And I see Obi Toppin and IQ following in their footsteps.
Okay.
I see them following right in RJ's footsteps, because they have the development personnel.
Mm-hmm.
They have the faith of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the work ethic. And where does their work ethic come from? It comes from their family as well as their inner selves.
Okay, so it's ironic that you say that. So we're going to transition right into the next topic. The 2 players on the Knicks that will have a breakout year this year. Who are you candidates?
Oh, my candidates are you caught me. You caught me. I couldn't let it slip like that.
I love it. Hey, chat. I'm gonna need for the chat to keep Kev honest. Keep Kev honest. But go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
I think RJ's going to. I think RJ, and I think caught me again. Caught me twice. I think. Honestly, I'll say all three. I can't pick two. I'll pick all three.
Okay.
But if you put a gun to my head, my head, I'll pick RJ and I'll pick Obi Toppin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I have faith. I still have faith in IQ. I think IQ is going to accelerate as well. But I think, well, here's the thing. I think Obi has more to prove.
Okay.
I think Obi has more to prove because he's been ridiculed. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real.
We were hard on Obi.
Yeah, we were hard on Obi.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a huge chip on his shoulder. RJ already has the chip on his shoulder, and he's only getting better. The one thing I'm going to see from RJ, you're going to see a lot, the step back threes. He's going to light it up.
Okay.
He's going to light it up. But I think Obi has a lot to prove. So if you ask me, I think those two. I think Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett will have breakout season.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, right? This does not happen often. It almost never happens. Well, I won't say never. It has been happening a lot more recently than not, and that concerns me. But I have to agree with the man sitting to my left.
What?
Not yet, you, Kev. Don't make me call your whole government name. I ain't gonna do that. But I would definitely agree with that take. I think this year, RJ has to prove himself this year because he's been in the league long enough right now. People have made enough excuses for, where they thought his ceiling would be and where they thought he would progress to, and he didn't actually do that, right? But again, that pertains to the scheme of the organization.
Yes.
But I also agree that the dude that I watched in Summer League this year, it meant the one OB1 Toppin, New York native. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If Obi has the season that I think he's gonna have this year, and people will look at this pod, and the people that will rewatch this and be like, oh, I expect for G-Man to say Obi. Oh, I do, because we know he love Obi. Hey, listen, I'm a basketball fan first, right? And I watch what goes on. And I always told people, Obi Toppin takes 1 year to get his act together. And once that happens, once he's figured out the game, it's on and popping. This is his year. So I'm going on record right now to say this. Obi Toppin, on that second squad, it's not going to be Derrick Rose y'all talking about. It's not going to be Emmanuel Quickly y'all talking about. It's not going to be Nerlens Noel y'all talking about. It's going to be one Mr. Obi Toppin. I'm telling you right now. Book it. Book it.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, G-Man, that people keep forgetting. The kid had no March Madness. He had no combine. Did I say it right?
Right? Combine.
Okay, combine. He had that. Had no summer training camp.
Right.
Had no summer league.
Right.
And only had 2 days of real training camp.
Yeah.
And only 4 days of preseason that were squeezed in together. It wasn't spaced out. It was squeezed in together.
I'm with you.
And then he got hurt. So already he was behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
And then of course the argument will come, well, Quickly adjusted. Not everybody adjusts at the same time.
Man, listen, that argument right there is about as weak as this water I got in my cup. That's how weak it is. That's how weak it is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because people develop at a different rate. Let's be real. People develop at a different rate. So where we say you cannot equate an Emmanuel Quickly's progression to an Obi Toppin, because I just told you it takes Obi 1 year to get his stuff together and figure out what he's doing next. That has been his entire career, high school and college. If you don't have anything better to do, go Google Obi Toppin and then Google his progression. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Stop with all the madness, right? What I'm talking about, what I'm saying to you right now is this. Oh, from what I saw from Obi in Summer League,
yes,
he's ready. He's ready.
If he would have had everything that we just named, he would have looked more polished this season than what we saw at a Summer League this year.
Yeah.
And the other thing, and one more thing.
Go ahead.
Imagine if Austin Rivers was still on this team.
Who made
Obi better?
Rose and Rivers, because they look for
not Rose and Rivers. No, not Rivers. Not Rivers.
Rose.
Yeah, Rose.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? I have to believe in my heart of hearts that when Tibbs looks out on that court and he's seeing what these guys do in practice, right?
Right.
He knows who the hard charges are. He knows what he needs to put around different players for them to be successful. I think that has a lot to do with the people that we drafted and then the people that we brought in free agents. When you look at a Fournier and a Kemba Walker, that's making that first team. That's making them back all the way around. Because now, not only RJ and Randall both can get their shot off.
Exactly.
They're not confined to people double and tripling them.
Give me another series with Atlanta. I guarantee you they will not cue in. They will not cue in on Randall and Burks and RJ. They will not cue in on those guys.
It's different. And heaven forbid if we get a healthy Mitch.
Oh man.
Man, look, stop playing with me right now.
Oh, come on.
Stop playing. Now, I'm telling you this, kid. I'm telling you this. With the people we just talked about.
Yeah.
If we can get 80 points out of the first team.
Yeah.
And then bring the second squad in.
Yes.
Man, stop playing with me right now. That look, that's at least 120 points a game. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. And that's because I believe the fact that Rose is continuously mentoring Quickly, right? That's happening. That's the back.
He's going to have to mentor a few. He's going to have to mentor a few people now.
Well, hold on. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Don't.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you get excited, right? You like the road runner. You like
I'm excited. I'm excited.
You're going. Yeah. Cool your jets.
I'm excited. And I'm sure everyone in the chat is excited too. Thanks for listening.
No doubt. So when a Rose is continuously mentoring Quickly, right, and then you got a Burks that's there doing his thing, filling in that void, and then you got an Obi Toppin out there that's hungry, and
he's hungry.
He wants to prove himself. Look. I said this last year. Obi needs to be so good that Tom Thibodeau has to scratch his head to figure out how am I going to get this guy playing time. That's how good Obi Toppin needs to be.
And we've talked before. I've offered the suggestion of him probably playing small forward.
I'm okay with that, but he
doesn't need to.
His foot speed is bad.
It's bad.
He would get beat every game. And
but if you want to play them both on the floor, I'm just saying, if you want to play, there could be stretches where you got them both on the floor, and the defense is going to be like, oh, should we stick him or should we stick him?
Obi Toppin has to be a valid threat. Right now, he's not at all. Yeah. I would love to be able to put Obi and Randall on the court at the same time. I would love that. That's my dream. But he's going to have to improve. He will have to improve his game overall. And what it is that lateral movement, that foot speed.
Right.
It's not there. Right now, it's not there. Obi would get embarrassed every game.
But I also see a guy. Right. But I also see a guy that can get it in the post. And remember, I was complaining of how we need to see it like another offensive game from Mitch.
Yep.
Like he can't do like a nice turnaround hook shot or a turn, whatever. I think Obi can do that. I think he can.
From what I saw in Summer League, I believe he can as well. Yeah. But we don't know what game Mitch is going to bring this season.
We're not talking. Right. And we're not getting into Mitch right now.
No,
we're not getting into Mitch.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not. So I have to read to you what Sherman M says about your boy. He questions. He says, "Is Obi going to get stronger? Is he going to get faster? Is Obi going to develop lateral quickness? Obi is fool's gold, like Frank was." Okay, so first of all, let me answer the Frank part. All right, Frank was not properly developed, so you could throw Frank out there because he's no longer on the team anyway. That's the first thing. I'll let you answer about Obi.
So this is what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to entertain a random comment about Obi Toppin. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing today. What I'm doing today is, look, you're about to make me revert back to my Army days, right? That blorangetears Army thing that I talk about. So all these comments are in the chat right now. Oh, you're gonna see them again. Trust me, you're gonna see them again. So I'm taking receipts. You guys know I take receipts, right? So when you come up here with a take, be specific in your take. Don't come with a whole bunch of hyperboles and thoughts about if, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm not doing that. But I'm telling you right now, my eye test tells me that Obi Toppin has matured in the NBA. And what I'm looking for him to do right now is continue that maturation process as the season evolves. That's why I'm with Obi Toppin. No specifics, because people will say, well, oh yeah, that was Summer League. You're right. It was Summer League. But we saw Obi Toppin start his maturation process before Summer League. We saw this happen
in the playoffs. Yes. On both sides of the floor.
Man, stop playing with me right now, Kev. Look,
his mama was crying. His mama was crying because they was cheering his name.
Listen, Kev, people don't want this smoke. I'm telling you, they don't want this smoke.
Come on. This isn't Kevin Knox we're talking about.
They don't want the smoke. I'm telling you right now. So when you come at me about my man Obi, you better come correct. Because I'm
correct.
I got bazookas I'm firing on all cylinders. So all the Obi
with a piece of paper. With a piece of paper.
A piece. Well, look, with the fine tip pen that writes real good. You know what I'm saying? That pen they like $13 for it. It writes real good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you come with your opinions, I don't mind opinions. Everyone has a different opinion.
Exactly.
I just want you to be different. That's all I'm saying, Kev.
That's all we got to say.
Look, in my Ron Cleveland voice, don't talk to me about trading no Obi Toppin. I ain't talking.
Shout out to Ron from Cleveland. Miss him. Yep, miss him. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the new rule in the NBA where it says that unvaccinated players will not, at least in New York City, will not play.
I'm glad.
And that's with so that was with the Knicks and with the Nets, and I believe in the other sports too, football. Yeah. Oh, the Warriors. Yes, the Warriors. Forgot about that. Yeah, the Warriors. So again, it's another indication that the city is really taking this virus. It's taking it very seriously, and hopefully, it motivates these guys if they want to play, if they want to get their paper, get vaccinated.
So, Kev, I was on the show earlier today, and I wasn't on the panel, but I was in the chat. And one of the things that I talked about was this, right? I want people to take a step back. Let's be. So it's a long time since y'all made me do this right here. I'm gonna have to get in my position real quick.
Get in your position. Get in your position.
So it's been so. Let's take a look at this thing from a realistic perspective as to how you guys live your day-to-day lives, right? If you have a job and your job tells you there are certain protocols that you have to go through before you can enter your work environment, right?
Right.
So you have a decision to make at that point. Am I going to adhere to these protocols to get into my work establishment to be able to provide food for my family, or am I going to stand and say, well, you know what? No, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go do something else. That's your choice. That's the same thing with these NBA players, right? You for whatever reason, just because you play sports, you are still in an organization that pays you a salary. Anyone that pays you a salary, you have to adhere to whatever standards and protocol that organization has in place. Right. So if the organization comes and tells you that you can only wear blue shorts, white t-shirts, and pink shoes if you want to play on this organization, guess what? You don't have to agree or disagree, period. That's the same thing with this vaccination crap. I'm so tired of listening to this crap, right? So depending on who you listen to and what their motivation is, they're going to try to sway you one way or the other. But at the end of the day, there are rules to the game. There have always been rules to the game. We complain about the rules to the game.
Yeah.
But we still have to adhere to them if we want to benefit from the organization. What are we talking about right now?
I totally agree with you. I totally.
What are we talking about right now?
I totally agree with you. You're right. You're right.
I'm telling you right now, I am traveling right now. I am not, as you can see from my background, I'm not at home.
Yeah. But that's debatable. That's debatable. Did she throw you out?
Stop. You. But when I go to these different organizations, they have different protocols in place for me to be able to get to their establishment. So when I'm on the phone, I'm like, I'm coming. What are the protocols? So I have to get all that in place. So when I get there, I don't have, be standing by outside for 5 hours trying to get into wherever I'm trying to get into, right? That's understood. Same thing with him.
Yeah, hold on real quick. I have to answer A to Z Media Network. He goes, and I want you to answer this. He goes, this is supposed to be about sports, not political stuff. They should have to adhere to the HIPAA laws and not force anyone to do anything, not ask for medical records and proof of Google HIPAA. Okay, what do you say to that?
Okay, so this is what I say. It's the same thing I just said. It has nothing to do with HIPAA. It has nothing to do with anything else that what you just said. So AZ, I'm gonna take that clip right there, and you're gonna be on the Blorangetears Army for sure. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be there. Thank you. Look, thank you for the content. Thank you for the content. But what I say is this: it's not a law. What we're talking about right now are regulations and things that people put in place to keep people in their mind safe and whatever the case may be. You may agree or you may disagree, but I'm telling you right now, if you come to my house and I tell you when you walk through my front door, you have to take your shoes off. If you don't take your shoes off of my front door, guess what? You're not coming to my house. That's a choice you make.
Exactly.
That's a choice that you make.
That's a choice that you make.
It's that simple. So it's not political. It and nothing about this is political.
What's a rule that the great Derek Jeter has when you enter his house? What's a rule that he has?
You go ahead and educate me, brother.
He has a rule that you have to put your cell phones in a container because he doesn't want any cell phones in it.
No pictures.
That's his rule. No pictures and none of that.
Yeah, I mean
it's the same thing right here. It's the same thing right here. The NBA's well, for at least for the for MSG and the Barclays Center and whatever the wherever the Warriors play. It's a rule that they want the players to be vaccinated when you get on the court.
Listen, Kev, I'm gonna tell you this. And it's as simple as this, right? Any establishment that you go into, there are rules, right? When I walk into any building, I am a licensed card carrying. I have permits to carry a concealed weapon. But when I see that sign on the door that says no concealed weapons in this building, guess what I got to do? I got to leave my weapon in the car.
Exactly. You know exactly. So again, AZ Media goes, an organization or a business cannot forcibly ask to proof of someone's medical records, which is proof of vaccination.
That's not what they're doing. So what the NBA has said. Let me put this out here and squash this real quick because we ain't gonna spend a lot of time on this. What the NBA says, if you want to play on this court, this is what you have to do. If you don't want to adhere to those rules, then guess what? You don't have to play. It's that simple.
Have to play. We're not firing you. We're not firing you. You just can't play. And I'm sure that other organizations, or other teams are going to do the same thing. They're going to follow suit.
They will.
And then and don't let it be Adam Silver that's saying, you know what? This is what I want right here. This is the way it's going to be. Because once that happens, then you can't do nothing.
It's over. It's over.
You can't do a thing.
And people get this twisted, right? People act like when this announcement came out, that the NBA union was not was not talked to.
Yeah.
Stop playing. You guys actually believe for 2 seconds that before an announcement like this came out that the union was not consorted? Man, listen, stop the man.
Listen. My main man who I saw in the chat and who I haven't talked to in I don't know how long, and we're gonna have a conversation when we talk, Mr. J Boogie. When we went to the Garden,
I'll be right back.
They had certain rules that you had to follow in order to get inside the Garden with this vaccination. If you've been vaccinated and you show your thing, your card that you've been vaccinated by so many weeks, you could get in. If not, then you had to be. They had a vaccination thing that you had to pay for, and then you can. And once they found out that not a vaccination, you had to be tested. And if it came back that you were COVID free, then you were able to get in. But if you weren't tested and it came back positive, unfortunately you couldn't get in. So it's the same thing as what's going on, right here. So that's the way I look at it. So it looks like my counterpart, left again. You see this, guys? He's able just to walk off and leave me, standing like that.
I can't leave you alone for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll leave you alone for 2 seconds.
One second.
So, Chad, 2 things, right? Because we're coming up on the time, right? So I need for somebody to tell me how much money Kev owes the network for saying That's the first thing that I want to know, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is this conversation by no means is political. in any shape, form, or fashion. The only thing I'm saying
we're
is
just telling. Yeah.
Anything you do in life, there are rules and regulations that you have to follow. Right. Same thing with the NBA. That's what it is. Now you take that however you want it, but I'm telling you right now that what the NBA has said right now is if you want to enter this facility, if you want to play in these games, these are the rules and regulations you have to abide by. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. End of story.
End of story. It's that simple. It literally is that simple. But to Kev's point, I want to give a shout out to my man Jay Boogie for sure. Jay Boogie, we love you, brother. I thank you for showing love, participating. I see CT's in the building. The streets are buzzing.
The street are buzzing. Yes.
Bodega Wi-Fi.
Bodega Wi-Fi.
A to the Z Media Network. Hey, brother, continue to come by. Continue to show your love. You know what I'm saying? Sherman M. You know we ain't got number love for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but I gotta give a shout out. I got to give shout outs to the Blorange family, right? Nick and Night podcast. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Those guys that my counterpart started a war with yesterday. Nick freestyle. Ain't got nothing but love for the brother. But listen, for sure, ladies and gentlemen, we're here every Thursday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you ain't got nothing to do, come on by. If you got something to do, change your plans and come on by. You know what I'm saying?
Watch me crack on this person right here. This person right here. Watch what you do, guys. Watch Star Child crack on Bootsy Collins. That's who he is right now, Bootsy Collins.
Is this what we're doing right now? Listen.
Yes, that's what we're doing right now.
I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, right? There's only a couple people in my life, that I kind of give respect to and then criticize at the same time. This dude right here, that's that guy. That's him. He gonna get more barrels every day. But look,
absolutely.
You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us tonight. For those of you that's gonna rewatch this, hey, listen, spread the word and let people know this is how you get the best content on YouTube right here. The Pod Couple, ladies and gentlemen.
The Pod Couple, absolutely.
The Pod Couple. That's what we got going on. So,
home of the P Funk. Yes. What do you? So the next topic we're going to talk about is: Do you think the team will gel right away with the new players? And when I mean new players, I'm talking about not just our rookies and Sims, Deuce McBride, and who's the other guy? Grimes. I'm talking about with Evan Fournier.
Oh, you forgot about Grimes.
Yeah, I forgot about Grimes.
He did that.
Yeah,
I sure did.
I wasn't gonna call him out on that, but he did that.
We're not just talking about Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, and we got somebody else, right? Bacon.
I'm saying, Kev, did you owe me about $100 right now? Right now, $100.
Yeah, I'll give you an IOU. I'll give you an IOU. I said it again. 101. I said it again. Bacon. What's Bacon's first name? I do know that he's from I said it again. Orlando. Yeah, from Orlando. So do you think it's gonna take long?
That's another time. So I can say you can't. I'm gonna say, look, watch this. This
I hate you.
I think what I believe right now is the team will gel in the off season and during training camp and whatnot. I believe at the same time that Tibbs, the personnel on the team don't necessarily concern me as much as what the scheme is going to be going into the season, right? So I'm going to need for Tibbs to organize a system to be able to utilize the talent that he has on the squad in an effective way throughout the whole season.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask the chat as well. In the chat, I want you to be very honest with your answer. It seemed like he had a system when he was with Chicago. Do you think he had a system in Minnesota?
I think he had too many problems in Minnesota. So when people look, let me tell you something. So for all you people that's in the chat that's watching right now, right? I'm probably older than 90% of the people that's watching this podcast right now.
No, you're just older than dirt, but keep going.
See, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So, but I'm right behind you. I just look better than you, so there you go.
So at some point, people need to be seen and not heard. So, Kev, this is what I'm doing. Be quiet.
All right. Okay.
So I live by these rules right here, right? And they have led me through life for 50 plus years. I could be really good at one thing, or I could be mediocre at a couple things.
Right.
So when you put Tibbs in Minnesota, Minnesota said, Tibbs, I need for you to be mediocre at a bunch of things. Right. Because when you give a person more than one, think about your normal day-to-day life. If your boss comes to you and says, I know this is what you're doing, but I need for you to do these three other things at the same time. So something's going to suffer because you're not putting any attention on the things that you need to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That was Tibbs in Minnesota. When you bring Tibbs to a place that he only had to focus on one thing.
Right.
Coach a basketball team. That's all I want you to do. I don't need for you to worry about personnel. I don't need for you to worry about none of this other crap you used to worry about. I need for you to coach the New York Knicks. That's all I want. That's all I want from you. And we saw what that maturation process garnered us in the last season as being the number 4 seed in the playoffs.
Right. So you're saying without added responsibility, he was able to perform his job. Said it again. He was able to perform his job better than what he did against than what he did at Minnesota.
Yes, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Because he can focus on one thing, and that's coach. Be the coach. Be the coach. That's it. I see my man L in the building. Hey, shout out to Money Making Mitch.
Money Making Mitch, yeah. So you. And I agree with you. I think with a longer training camp and a longer preseason, well, no, not longer preseason, but a more spaced out season, preseason. I see his plan really. Said it again, coming to fruition. Yeah, you're gonna keep catching me on this, man. You're gonna keep catching me on this.
Listen, Kev, I just want you to know. The only thing I need for you to do is Cashapp Breezy $200 after the show. That's it. Because you done said about 50 times. I'm telling you, about 50 times. That's all. I'm just telling you that.
Oh boy, moving right along. Go ahead.
I believe this. I believe there was a reason that the Knicks organization hired Tibbs to begin with, right? I believe he has fulfilled his obligation in coming to the Knicks and kind of garnering our foundation. I believe right now the New York Knicks have a foundation that we can use and we can grow from here, right?
Yeah.
We have a legit starting five that not only can be productive, but teams are going to have to game plan for that, right?
Right. And they literally have to game plan for it because now you don't have a point guard that didn't get you bunnies,
right?
Didn't finish at the rim,
right?
That didn't shoot threes,
yes,
and didn't get anybody involved.
Absolutely.
Kemba Walker is going to do that. And I remember having an argument with I forget who last week, that Kemba is going to be way better with getting these guys involved than we're giving him credit for.
I agree.
All right.
There's nothing about the roster that we have as currently constructed that gives me nothing.
Right. And the other thing,
go ahead.
One thing I'm going to say is that, all right, so that was Kemba and Fournier. Now you have a guy that can create his own shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you literally have four people. You have four people on your starting five that can create their own shot, as opposed to only two.
Right, and that's important. That's very important. So before I let you finish your point, hey,
I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, everyone that's watching the pod couple right now, you're here in the building with us. Thank you for being here. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the numbers, and the numbers don't add up. You know, I'm not a mathematician, but I did.
We know you didn't. You didn't do geometry, trig, algebra 2, algebra 1. None of that.
none of that. You're right. None of that. Hey, but it's 53 people in the building right now. We only got 44 likes. So listen. 45. Okay. So when you come in the building,
we're short 8.
When you come in the building, the priority or the protocol should be, as soon as you enter the building, hit the like button. It's free. Right. It don't cost you nothing. But I'm greedy. You know what I'm saying? I can't just.
Yeah, we're all greedy. We're all greedy. So
once you hit that like button, go over there and subscribe, and then hit the like bell so you know when we go live. Because you know, every once in a blue moon, we make a wild hair and be like, Kev, let's do the thing right now. I'm feeling a certain kind of way right now. Let's go ahead and jump out here and do what we do. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for coming out. We enjoy your patronage. We enjoy the conversation that we have in the chat. We're here for you. You know what I'm saying? We are here for you.
That's all it is. That's all it is. So now the next thing on our agenda, this is a fun one. I asked the chat before this, before you came on, the 2 playoff runs that you and I know of that we were a part of was in 94 and 99. Now I gave my reason. There you go again.
Yeah,
I know. I gave my reasons for liking both of them. 94 was when I met my my wife.
Mm-hmm.
We were just going out.
You got married.
When we got married, yeah.
Okay.
That was very difficult. That was very difficult.
You have sentimental attachments.
Yes, I have sentimental attachments to those players. To all those players. I do.
So first of all, let me say this, Miss Cornerstone. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I don't.
This is how technical. This is how technology has improved. She has earphones on to listen to the TV. So there you go.
Okay. So you good. That's why you can say what you want to say right now without getting in trouble.
Exactly. I just have to replay it. I think once I replay it, then that's when I'll get in trouble. I think that's
yes. But I would answer your question. What I would say is this. I would say that my favorite finals team would be the 99 team.
And why is that?
Because they're I guess more so than just personnel, it was the attitude about that team. When Sprewell came to that team, it changed the whole dynamic of what the Knicks were doing.
Did you see how everyone was Did you see how everyone was in an uproar when the trade happened because they were losing their heart in John Starks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was a part of that. But then once I saw Spree come in, because the only thing we knew about Spree was the whole misconception of whatever happened in his past team. And that's what we were talking about. Yeah. They weren't talking about what kind of livelihood can he bring to the Knicks? But you combine a Sprewell at the shooting guard with an Allen Houston at the shooting guard, with a Chris Childs at the guard, and a Charlie Ward at the point guard, and Ewing at center. And let's not forget about Larry Johnson. Stop, Grandmama, man, stop playing with me right now. That 99
lost a little bit of his lift, but he reorganized.
Yeah, he did. He was adult enough to know where he faltered at and how he needed to adjust his game. That's what it means by being when I talk about the maturation process. That's what that means.
Yes.
That means that I don't jump as high now at 34 as I did at 21 or 19.
Right.
So I have to figure out in my mind, what do I need to do with my game to make sure I'm as effective or more effective than what I was at 19 years old, and let people continuously want to sign me and pay me these big bucks to play basketball. That man, look, for me, it's a 99 team, 100%. 100%. Okay.
Well, see, I'm torn because, and everybody in the chat, throw up a 99 or a 94 in there to tell me which team that you guys like, which championship team that you like the most. I'm torn because that 94 team, and I think Uncle Freeze can attest to this, that 94 team had those guts. They had that guts, and they left it completely on the floor. Every game they left it on the floor. And the thing also about that 94 team, I saw the game, the regular season game that they played against Houston, and they got the doors blown off when they were at when they played them at the Garden. Because when that's I know. That 94 team for Houston had Akeem Olajuwon, Robert Horry, Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, and Otis Thorpe. So that was a formidable starting five right there. And they just blew the doors off of us. And then when we thought we were going to pay them back when we went to Houston to play them later on in the year. It was that road trip that we had with San Antonio on them, and they blew the doors off us again. So I said to myself, I hope we don't have to play them in the finals. And that was also we didn't have Derek Harper at the time yet. Because Derek Harper was tough. So when it came to be that we were going to play them in the finals, I said, all right, let's roll up our sleeves and, try to get it. And we took them to 7 games. And that last game was that game 7 was a killer. So I say that to say, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You said that to say what?
That 99 team was very special. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that we were health-wise, that we were at our best.
So I'm glad you said that, because that leads me into a segue. So check.
Well, let's hear what Uncle Freeze has to say. He came on for something.
No,
what was your favorite?
Let's not.
Yes, let's do it because he came on.
Okay. Right. So let's do this. This is what we would do.
Yeah, this y'all show, man.
Before we get to Freezy, I want the chat to tell me, and I'm looking at the chat right now. I want y'all to put either 99 or 94 in the chat to let me know what y'all feeling about which team you're most adoring to. But go ahead, Freezy.
Well, hold on. I just got to mention this. A to Z Media Network says neither were championship teams. That I totally disagree with, because especially that 94 team, that was a championship team. I'm sorry. You can say what you want. That was a championship team.
We did not win the championship.
Yeah, we did not win the chip. Of course. But if they did, that would have been a championship team. What do you say, Uncle Freeze?
So great show.
Yeah, he said too.
Great show.
Thank you.
And so I also want to say, the difference between the 94 and 99 team is the 99 team wasn't expected to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Going into at the All-Star break, the 99 team wasn't really expected to do nothing. They caught fire late, like with about 50 games after about 30 games left to go. We got hot.
Yep.
And everybody was like, yo, you better hope the Knicks don't make the playoffs, because if the Knicks make the playoffs, they red hot. You don't want the Knicks to be the 8th seed, and the Knicks wind up being the 8th seed. Then we upset Miami, who was the number 1 seed. Yep. We beat Atlanta, and then on and on and on.
Swept them.
But yeah. But the 94 team had breakout seasons from Charles Oakley and John Starks to help Pat Ewing. And you noticed when Pat Ewing actually got help, that hit all of his teams went to the finals. But to I think the line in the sand that separates the two is in Game 6, the Knicks had a shot in the air to win an NBA title. Right, you remember Game 6 when Olajuwon tipped John Stark's shot?
I do, yeah.
And it's because Olajuwon didn't respect Pat Ewing, right? You
mentioned that. You sure did.
Right. If Olajuwon had respected Pat Ewing on that play, then John Starks get a wide open look with a championship on the line, right? And if you remember that fourth quarter, John Starks helped take the lead from the Rockets, and the Rockets could not stop Starks in that fourth quarter of Game 6. It's the reason why in Game 7 the Knicks told him to keep shooting, because they remember in Game 6 he carried them in the fourth quarter, the game before that. Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, sometimes people say, well, at Game 7 John Starks was 2 for 7. It's not that John Starks lost his mind and went rogue. It was because he caught fire in Game 4 and Game 5 and Game 6. And they were like, and so in Game 7, it was like all John needed to do is see 1 or 2 go down, and he can help carry us.
Yep.
So the thing with my question is I would say the 94 team, because in the final play of Game 6, John Starks was so hot that Olajuwon was like, I don't even need to worry about the greatest player in their franchise history right now. I need to worry about John Starks. Right. And so he peeled off of Pat and barely got if he had clipped his fingernails that day, we would be NBA champs.
Right.
We would be NBA champs in 94. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they were double and almost triple teaming Starks in the fourth quarter. Right. And Starks was still making them pay. Coming down, splashing. At one point, they had Robert Horry and Sam Cassell. They put Robert Horry on John Starks, and Starks was still going for 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you ask me to make a determination one or the other, I would say realistically the 94 team had a better shot, but the 99 team tugs at your heartstring. It's like the underdog story where a team catches high, and then because you like, well, we ain't gonna make the playoffs, and wait a minute, we still alive. Oh, wait a minute, we might get the 8th seed. Okay, did we get the 8th seed? Like, okay, we got Miami. We match up good against them. We got a shot. And then the next thing you know, stuff kept snowballing, building. Yeah. And so the 99 team tugs at your heartstring. The 94 team, you like, what could have been if Olajuwon clipped his fingernails that day? If he clipped his fingernails that day, we'd be NBA champs.
Uncle Freeze and Sergeant Knicks, to tell you how big that 99 team was, Game 1 between the Knicks and Indiana, that was the day I got married.
Wow.
And everybody, once the nuptials were finished in the church,
you went to watch the game.
Everybody rushed from the church all the way to the reception hall to watch that game.
Yep.
I said, that put me in a bad because I was getting married, but then my team was in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, wait a minute. What's more important? Wait a minute. We got to talk about what's more important here now. Come on. What's more important?
Hey, hold on, Freezy. Hold on, Freezy. Before I allow Kev to answer this question, right? Remember the conversation we just had about 45 seconds ago. This will be rewatched. Even though the president is on headphones and watching another show, if she tunes on to this right here, she's going to hear what you say. So be very careful with what your response is right now. What was more important?
I love my wife. This was more important, but I also know that I didn't know we were going to get back to this position again.
Right.
And it was crazy because while I'm trying to keep my mind off that, my brother comes on the speaker and says that the New York Knicks won the game.
Wow.
And you know, jaws got tight. That's all I'm going to say. Jaws got tight.
Right.
And then not to mention, our honeymoon was we were going to be in Orlando for about 3 days and then drive down to Miami for a Carnival cruise.
Right.
So I didn't think we were going to get reception on that Carnival cruise.
Right.
But you did.
And they had game. Yes. Yeah. And it was God. That was bad. That was really that was a bad time. But see, Sergeant, I knew it was going to be bad for me when Allen Houston hits the running jumper to beat Miami.
Yep.
Because I was all prepared to say, okay, we had some of a okay season. We didn't make the playoffs. Okay, let's win it. But no, he makes the running jumper, and now we're off to. And I'm thinking that we're going to lose against Atlanta because they have Mookie Blaylock. I forget who else they had. I think they have Steve Smith and all those other guys there. I'm thinking we're going to lose that. We sweep them.
Yep.
We sweep them.
Thank you, John Starks.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, John Starks and everything. But I love that team. And the thing about it also is when we went into the finals with San Antonio, we were already down Patrick Ewing. And then we got down Larry Johnson. So already right there.
And Kurt Thomas.
And Kurt Thomas? No, I think we had Kurt Thomas.
No, Kurt Thomas played hurt.
Oh, you played hurt. Okay.
Yeah,
Kurt Thomas played hurt.
Yeah.
So after all the diatribe that we've had right now, we got 5 minutes left in the show, right? I want to know from you, Kev, because you posed the question. What is your team? 94, 99? Which one?
Well, I'm going to go 94. I'm going to go 94 because again, you're talking about a team that now in that year, and Freeze will remember this. You probably remember it too. In that year, the Nets thought.
Of course, I remember. What are you talking about right now?
I'm not bringing your age. I'm not doing
goodness. Freeze, see what I got to deal with? Oh my God. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Okay. The Nets had won the season series against us.
Yep.
3-1. So they thought that, and I heard Kenny Anderson say, we got the Knicks number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what happened? Even though we had home court and everything, we beat them game 1. We lose Patrick Ewing to two technical fouls, and win game 2, lose game 3, and win game 4. So we beat them, 3-1.
Right.
Then we go game 7 for each of the next series. We go game 7 for the Bulls, game 7 for Indiana, who I thought we were going to, steamroll over, Indiana. That proved wrong.
Right.
That proved wrong. And then we play against.
Is that shot Larry Johnson hit against Indiana the greatest shot in Knicks history?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Even more so than Allen Houston's shot a couple rounds earlier.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
No,
See, here you go waffling, Kev.
Because both were clutch with the game on the line.
They were both iconic. They were both iconic for our franchise.
So let me ask you this: Who would you expect to hit the game-winning shot? Allen Houston or Larry Johnson?
It would be Allen Houston.
Okay, so that's why for me, Larry Johnson's shot is more emblematic of carrying the season forward because that's for me he's an unsung hero.
Yeah.
And you remember they didn't shave. Remember that?
They were like,
we're not gonna shave. We're not gonna shave until we lose.
Even Charlie Ward didn't shave.
Right. He was like, we're not gonna shave. We're not gonna shave until we lose. That was it. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. That 99 team, they were poised too. It's just that injuries just crept up with them because there's no telling what. Right. There's no telling. I think with a healthy Patrick and a healthy Larry Johnson, and not really worried about Kurt Thomas too much because he would have, gave what he gave. But a healthy Patrick and a healthy Larry Johnson, I think that would have probably went game 6, game 7.
I agree.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, so
for sure.
But it is what it is. It's done. It was again a great run. I just want this Knicks team now
to pick up the mantle.
Pick up the mantle, and I think we'll do that with Tibbs at the helm. I want them to do that as well.
I would agree in the beginning, but I'm looking at my watch now, and we have probably
1 minute.
1 minute. So
1 minute.
In this minute, the most important thing I want to say is this, ladies and gentlemen.
G-Man, we started a little late, man. We got about 2 minutes.
We started a little late, so we got a little time.
35 seconds, yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna kick it back to my man, Star Child, for him to close us out. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you're here with us. We're here every Thursday night, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. The hit channel on YouTube right now. If you ain't feeling this right now, look, something got to be wrong with you. The pod couple we got it going on right now. I'm telling you, at 6:30 every Thursday night, we're here. We're doing this thing. We give you great Knick content. But check this out. I'm gonna throw you a bone, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the chat and you got a topic that you feel real passionate about, put it in the chat. Hit Freezy, hit me, Freezy, or Kev up, and we can talk about it.
Absolutely.
We can talk about it for sure. But look, thank you guys for coming out. Again, we'll be here next Thursday for sure, doing our thing. And I'm gonna kick that thing over to Cornerstone. Know how to keep his mouth shut. You see, he trying to talk over me, right? You see that, right?
Shout out to Mama Said Don't Trust You. I miss you, bro. I miss talking to you. Shout out to my main man, Mr. Delano Steele Jr. DSJ, the real DSJ. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to the arguments made by A to Z Media Network and Shura M. May disagree, but we still love you. We still love you. Yeah, opinion, exactly. Shout out to Hewlett Samuel. Thank you so much for listening. And our main man, Anthony D. We're gonna have to get you on sometime. Don't know when, but we'll try and get you on sometime. We love you, bro. And Captain Slim, thank you for tuning in with us. And remember, we'll always have Knick content for you. We love y'all. And remember, it's always on the one. So we're going to get it done. It's always on the one. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out.
Thank y'all for coming out.
Hey, God bless. Come back next week.
Good night.